Hey guys, and welcome to the MrMaple Show.
Get ready for some new Mikawa times! Woo! Konnichiwa, y'all, and welcome to our early spring Mikawa house leaf out tour. We're walking you through one of our Mikawa houses. I want to show you some of these. Now they're just starting to leaf out, so they're going to get a lot more density to them, but it's fun to look at some of the colors of this early springtime. Bear with us, this house is a little weedy too. Just started leafing out literally today. I think you're going to want to see some of these Mikawa types in spring color. We're also going to finish this out showing you the difference between Golden Falls and Yellow Cascade right here in the springtime.
Guys, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and check us out on your favorite podcast platform. We do a weekly podcast as well. And remember to shop on MrMaple.com. Let's start off with Mayday, y'all.
Guys, always asking for more sets of Mayday. Talon Buckholtz introduction, one of the most classic Japanese maples of them all. Now, Mayday will confuse some people. In early spring, this one will leaf out with a good bit of pink in there. It'll be the most similar to Japanese Princess during this time, but fear not, this is going to get to an amazing shade of yellow soon.
Yeah, I mean, that sort of peach orange color is really nice on Mayday. Slow, compact form. One of the most heavily desired Mikawa types. And got a big set of these coming on soon to a 10 at 10.
All right, one of my favorite spring colors is this weird looking thing you get going on El Tigre, bro. Let's see if we can get a close up of this. I often talk about this one being so unique in early spring, guys. Guys, I love El Tigre for this weird funky foliage. A lot of it kind of curls down. It's really weird looking right now. And you kind of get this cactus-like look to it. Like, it doesn't look like a maple because every little piece of the leaf kind of aims downward.
Yeah, it cups downward, and then later on in the season, you get a lime green on dark green variegation. Something to that akin of relish, but on Acer palmatum El Tigre, a Mikawa type.
Absolutely love it. So funky. Really one of the only parts of the year where you get that crazy cupping down effect. So guys, big set of kryptonite coming on. If you've got kryptonite for the first time this year and it's leafing out green, fret not. That is exactly what it should be doing. Typically this one leaves out more green than that secondary growth. The variegation really gets expressed across the old tree, even on the older growth. So kind of that second flush is when you could expect it to look its most variegated. Right now in spring, it's gonna look pretty green. You're gonna be like, what the heck? I got this crazy Mikawa and it's green. Don't worry, that's exactly normal. All right, one of our favorite bronze Mikawas is the Koi, guys. Not only is this a cool color in the spring, in sunlight, this one can get very dark bronze. Absolutely love it. Really unique colorations to it. Some reddish orange new growth, especially in the summer. And then my favorite fall color of any Mikawa, this one happens to hit some of the craziest oranges I've seen on any of them. Whoa, check out these ladybugs.
Ladybug, I mean, it can give you some really nice orange colors in the early springtime. Leafing out here, looking really sharp. Dense dwarf Mikawa type. We've dropped it a few times on our at our open house, but also a few times on eBay as well.
Guys, these will be coming in some sets to MrMaple this year. I think it's a really fun one. You get a lot of pink going on in this. You get a lot of orange. You get a lot of translucent pink and yellow. Absolutely next level plant. This was a seedling that was found at Buckholtz Farm and then gifted to us a long time before we ever purchased Buckholtz Nursery. So sister seedling to Mayday and Japanese Princess off that giant big Mikawa out there. This one got evaluated probably about 8 years. Slowly it just continued to grow on us, and we're like, this has to get into the trade. Grab you a ladybug when they show up on a 10 at 10 this year in 2025.
Guys, I've got right here Acer palmatum Bazinga. Now this is a Mikawa type by Ed Shin in Wall, New Jersey. NJ Acer on social media.
Named a lot of great plants.
Named a lot of great plants. Think pink, blushing beauty. I mean, a lot of really cool selections. This is his selection, named for this red color that sort of reminds you of the red color of Sheldon Cooper's shirt in Big Bang Theory that says Bazinga, y'all.
It's a Flash shirt.
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing little dwarf, good red color. It's one of the best red Mikawas out there in the trade.
Coincidentally, this one is also from Buckholtz Farm. Originally, this was a seedling found by a friend of Ed's, or bought by a friend of Ed's from Buckholtz Farm, then gifted to Ed, been evaluated for, oh my gosh, many, many years. This one's been at Ed's, I know, since around 2011 or 12. They were numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 1 was the best color. That's what became the Bazinga. Who doesn't get excited about Mikawa and Sharp's Pygmy? We got Mikawa times Sharp's. It's like the collab taking it to the whole new level.
You got leaves more like Sharp's Pygmy, layering like Mikawa Yatsubusa. Some nice kind of bronze color when it first gets out a little bit, and a dense compact habit. One of the slower growing Mikawa types.
Love it. Grab you one today. I think it's going to be a really peak tree for bonsai.
Now let's talk about the slowest growing Mikawa type. Right here I've got Acer palmatum Tom Thumb. It's from Tom Thumb Nursery, very dense, compact, super slow growing Acer palmatum, slower than Tattoo, and ruffled edge similar to that of Tattoo. I mean, this is a really slow growing tree. Again, we've dropped a few of these on eBay, maybe a set coming at some point later this year on Tom Thumb.
Yeah, I originally got this one from Elizabeth Mundy at Acer Acres. Awesome lady. This one, I probably had it since 2009, and the original stock plant's about 1.5 feet tall by about 1.5 feet wide. Super miniature, guys. You're gonna love Tom Thumb. What do you got next, Tim?
Next, I got Acer palmatum Mikawa Yatsubusa.
Mikawa Yatsubusa, it's a slam dunk. This one is amazing. It's a hybrid, supposedly, between Mikawa and Moonrise, named for Carl Munn. The original Moonrise, the actual cultivar name of that is Munn 001. So you get that Moonrise from Munn, and then you get that shape from Mikawa Yatsubusa. Now, whether it's a true hybrid or not, you definitely get those colors in there, guys. This one has apricots, pinks, yellows, oranges, and you start to separate those out and get kind of that pale yellow older growth with pinkish new growth. That's when it kind of looks the most like Moonrise. You know, last year we lost one of our mentors in maples, Dr. Murray, and this was a gift he gave to us. It was Dr. Murray's best orangey red selection, and it was called Nemo.
Yeah, I mean, slow growing, compact form. It's one of the trees that he asked for us to introduce into the trade, and we put that Nemo name on it because of the little fish, Nemo.
Awesome tree, great oranges in the spring. All right, what do we got next, Tim?
Guys, next up we got Shin Shin Yatsubusa, a selection that was brought in the United States by Don Shadow. Green, compact form. I remember freaking out whenever he was like, guys, y'all want some cuttings on this? And he's like, I just got this in from Japan. I mean,
so nice they named it twice. It's not only improved, it's improved. Yatsubusa. Another one from Japan that kind of reminds me a little bit of Tattoo. It's kind of like maybe a broom found on Mikawa in Japan, because it's definitely one of the densest ones you can grow. All right, I'm a big fan of Japanese maples. I'm a big fan of Talon Buckholtz introductions. Heck, I'm a big fan of you too, brother.
And this is Acer palmatum Big Fan. It was actually a seedling that Talon was evaluating from the set of Mikawas that he sent us at the time. We selected this one because it had some of the bigger leaves of any of the Acer palmatum types. Now, many of the Mikawa types, the water was just on in here, so the leaves are hanging down a little bit, but you get to see the color, and you can see that this has some of the bigger leaves of any of the Mikawa types.
As this forms more into like that 3-gallon or even 7-gallon size frame, it really separates itself out from the others as having some of the largest fans. Those leaves, those Acer palmatum leaves, some of the bigger ones. Great spring colors on it too. It's typically pink and orange and yellow and all kinds of funkiness. But guys, the foliage is really big on this one. Kind of a fun tree too. I like to give them out to people and say, hey, I'm a big fan of you. Here's you a big fan.
Guys, next up, we've got Acer palmatum Benny Mikawa. Selection is either by Fred Hooks or Sukasa Maple, but it's one of the early introductions of that spring interest colored Mikawa Yatsubusa family.
Yeah, Fred really made this one popular. It's kind of disappeared in the trade a little bit. RIP Fred, he passed away a few years ago. Really influential guy, used to hang out with Ed Shin a lot, and really helped spread a lot of popular maples that are really popular right now all around. Benny Mikawa was one of his main ones. Now, it's a little bit more orange than Benny, so don't think of this one as a true red. Think of this one as a little bit more in that Mystic Mikawa kind of range. All right, what do we got next, Tim?
Guys, next up we got Mikawa KN. Getting a little bit of that bronze kind of color. Mikawa gold, that's what this translates as. I mean, it's got that dense compact form, and it's a selection by the same guy who introduced Mystic Mikawa. Beautiful plant, really unique, nice dense structure to it. I find it to be a little faster growing than some of the other forms as well. Speaking about Mystic Mikawa, right here I've got Mystic Mikawa. I mean, it's got that orange color, it's got that compact form. It's one of the better orange Mikawa forms. You know, a little slower growing than Mikawa, but faster growing than something like Nemo. Now, I do think pH can affect these. I'm gonna have somebody test that at some point. I absolutely think these do best color-wise in early morning sun, late day shade in the ground. So I find that Mystics tend to color up the best, like actually in the soil, not in a container. But these look great right now in the spring here in our greenhouse conditions. If you want optimal colors though, I think planting a lot of these Mikawa types tends to favor them color-wise. All right, no Mikawa tour is complete without the Red Panda. Y'all, Red Panda, this one leafs out. It's got some good red color. It's actually gonna get more maroon as it leafs out. And then later on in the season, it's gonna have red new growth again. It holds its color better than most of the other red Mikawa types and then all the other red Mikawa types. It's our introduction here at Mr. Maple. One of our best trees. I love this plant, a lot of color to it. You kind of get a little bit of red, you get a little bit of orange, you get a little bit of that Red Panda coloration. Just a great name, great plant. I think you'll love it. They're coming back in numbers this year on Mr. Maple. Should even be a little bit easier to get than last year. Y'all, next up, we've got Yamayuki Yukiyama, also known as Snow Kitten. Oh, the Elmer's back, guys. I love it.
Don't be afraid if you got a snow kitten last year and it's leafing out pretty green. That's also very common for these. We are gonna have some low grafts available this year of this one. They got to dense it up just a little bit. Again, this is just the early spring leafing out peekaboo going on here. So these are going to dense up a ton, guys. Now, early spring, they're pretty green. Don't be afraid by that. They don't devariegate from that. They will kind of color up, especially on that secondary growth.
And the more you prune on this tree, the better that variegation is going to be. It's in that Arita Nishiki style family, even though it's a dwarf. So check out our video on how to prune an Arita Nishiki to promote more variegation. It's true with snow kitten as well. I probably picked one of the better variegated looking ones here in this group, but they're all going to be showing variegation typically a few weeks after full leaf out.
All right, we can ignore all these bloody talons since they're not in leaf yet. Guys, I got another little one that's getting a lot of hype going on. Let's show you the little red ruby. This one's a fun one, guys. This was another seedling selected by MrMaple. Get some sparkling going on in it. A little bit of sprinkles.
Yeah, it really does. It's got some really nice, just almost like a dusting variegation across it, which is really nice out there in the garden. You know, our people at Buckholtz, Talon Buckholtz, our managers out there, they were going crazy over this out there at our Buckholtz farm because of what it can look like late in the summer.
Get to work, guys. Quit going crazy. Talon loves this one, guys. He kind of stood out there and stared at it for a couple hours, they said. Anytime Talon gets that enthralled with something, you're doing something right. Coming to MrMaple at some point, little red ruby.
Guys, next up, I've got Japanese Princess. This is one of the original selections of a color variation on Mikawa Yatsubusa, one of the first ones selected by Talon Buckholtz. It's got a twisting leaf though as well, which distinguishes it with its texture, which to me, superb selection. We can give you some nice coral pinks to almost baby pinks in that early spring.
All right, y'all, I'm gonna zoom you in right here on these Golden Falls. So I promised a little preview here at the end, difference between Golden Falls and Yellow Cascade. Golden Falls is definitely the more Katsura type of the two. Now, they're both pendulous Ryusei styles. You can see these Golden Falls kind of hit that Ryusei style, orange-purple border, orange-red border going on with the yellow eye. These will have way more orange. You can see the whole set of these glowing orange right now. We'll show you these Yellow Cascades. They're way more butter yellow.
And I know some people are going to ask, this is Acer Palmatum Cashmere right here in front of Matt, one of our introductions at MrMaple.
All right, let's go take a look at these Yellow Cascades.
And y'all, I'm standing in a sea of Yellow Cascade right here. This is that butter yellow weeping selection, sister seedling to Golden Falls at Buckholtz Nursery. And you can clearly see the difference in the spring. You get the pure yellow here, where on Golden Falls right now in the early spring, you get more of that orange-red border.
Yeah, very different, guys. This one's gonna be way more the color of Acer Shirosautum Aureum with a much bigger leaf. And that one's gonna be way more the color of Katsura. Now, both are gonna be extremely pendulous, Ryusei style foliage here, Ryusei style weeping habit to them. You can see the difference here side by side though. This one totally more yellow, the other one more orange and yellow.
We have a cultivar highlight on the original Golden Falls and the original Yellow Cascade at Buckholtz Nursery. You can check that out on the MrMaple Show.
Take care.
God bless.
Have a great day and get ready for some new Mikawa types.